welcome to the pub. Come and have a beer. Come along and sing a song of real good cheer. Forget your cares today. It's time to laugh and play. We're drunk again this afternoon on Saturday. The songs we like the best of all are old songs. Sad songs, bad songs, bold songs. If you like to sing, come and have a fling. Everybody welcome to the pub. Oh yeah! I'd like to welcome you to the pub. Away we go.
Hey guys, Mike here from Old Man Things, and welcome to the Old Frogger Toad Pup Shed. I'm in the snug. I'm smoking my Comoy's Blue Ribbon. So let me light it. With some Fisherman's Dottle. So today, well, before I begin, I just want to say that I dedicate this video to a friend of mine, Dottie. And Dottie has been going through a rough time, so I just want you to know that you're my thoughts and prayers. So today is the legendary, great, in my opinion, the best actor in America's birthday today, John Wayne.
That'll be the day.
And I'm having a cup of tea. My John Wayne cup, it's so big anyways, but it's in the dishwasher. So all my cups were in the dishwasher. So I found my old Monty Python cup. So what a I don't know what word I was going to say. What a contrast from John Wayne to Monty Python. My favorite movie of John Wayne's is The Quiet Man. I've watched it so many times. So I don't know what's going to go on this week. Every week's a bloody surprise. I know I did a Saturday morning pipe chat, but that was an extra. This is what we normally do, is the Sunday morning. I was watching stuff online about how fast the English pubs are closing down. Let me see if I have it on here. So this they said a statistic. They said, and this was a newer video, and it says the last pub in England will call time, so close, in 2050 at today's closure rates. 2050, that's not too far away. It seems like a long time, but 25 years. Imagine in 25 years it would not be an English pub. I don't believe that's true, but they're closing down that fast. I believe half of it is because of this, the smoking ban. which is a bunch of crap because we're all bloody adults. Anyone who goes into that pub is an adult. And you would go into a pub knowing someone was going to be bloody smoking. That's what a bloody pub was. In fact, I'll put the screenshot what I'm looking at here, and look at the old governor, the landlord. He's got a bloody cigarette in his mouth. This is crazy. Anyhow. if you can tell from my channel, I'm not against smoking. I do believe that the cigarette industry is the reason why we're all screwed now. But I remember going in those old country pubs and seeing those old boys in the back playing dominoes and darts, and they always had a pipe with them. A pint. If they were able to have the old mug, they had the mug, you know, the dimpled jug. They had the pipe in their mouth. Uncle Jim had his tobacco tin, where he'd open it and roll himself a cigarette, a fag. You want to see my tobacco tin? Give me a second. And I'm back. This was my dad's. Old Orban. I don't know if this is any good yet. I have some drum. But it's as dried out as anything. Yeah. Let me tell you a story about drum. Now this might be a naughty story to some. But this was a little after, it was sometime the summer of 2000. When I graduated college in 2000. And then I went to England for 5 weeks. When I got back, I did not have a job because I had just graduated. I still had my apartment. I just graduated, went to England. And there must have been like a wedding or something going on. And I was at this, I don't know how I don't know how I ended up at this bar. But I was at this bar and I was waiting for my brother and his wife to show up. I think somebody had dropped me off. Either that or it was like a family party or something like that. Anyhow, doesn't make any difference. I'm at this bar in Toma, Wisconsin. And I don't even remember what bar it was. It may have been like in Cataract, Wisconsin or something like that. Anyhow, and you could still smoke in the bar. And I pulled this out with drum, but I had the drum loose in it. And I'm at the bar with a beer, and I get that out, and I get the rolling paper like I'm in England, and I was really good at it at one time. You roll it and light it up and where you go. And I had had a couple of those cigarettes. And I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed them. And I smoked them like I smoked a cigar and a pipe. I didn't inhale it. I just smoked it the way. In fact, I don't really know if I had to. I don't think I could inhale. I do it accidentally once in a while with a cigar or pipe, and I cough like heck. Anyway, I just smoked it because I liked the smoking the English fag, and that was the only that drum was the closest thing you could find. And this old Indian, this old Native American Indian, was sitting near me, and his wife was next to him on the other side, and she had kind of like blondish hair, so she was old too, so she was a white lady. And anyways, so he's watching, and by the time I light the second one, he's really watching me. So I said to him, I thought because it looked like I thought he thought I was smoking marijuana because it looks like a marijuana thing, and the way they roll it. Only, anyways, I sure am bloody choppy. So I thought he thought it was marijuana. So I said, "This is a cigarette. Would you like me to make roll you up one? It's tobacco." He goes, "That's tobacco?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, go on." And his wife or girlfriend or whoever the lady was next to him was so drunk, and she was laughing and So I roll him up one, and I hand it to him. And he takes that, and he says, "How do you light it?" I said, "Just light it like a normal cigarette. It's just what it is. It's a normal cigarette." So he lights it. He smokes it, and he looks at me when he finally, like the first couple puffs, he looks at me, and you can see the delight in his face. And when he gets to the end, he goes, "That's the best cigarette I've ever had that I can ever remember." I sure have a lot of trouble with popping my pipe. So he said that, well, I said, "Would you like another one?" And he said, I would. That would really mean a lot." So I rolled him up another one, handed it to him, and he put it down on the bar next to his beer, and he goes, "Would you mind coming out with me? I'd like to give you something as a gift." So I thought, all right, yeah, I'll go out there. So I get out. His wife is is fighting to get off the bar stool. She said, "Drop." And she stumbles out with him, laughing and So we go outside, and there's in the parking lot, there's this old like 1970s boat, like an old Lincoln, real all rusted to be heck dented. And he goes to his trunk, and he unlocks it, and he fights to unlatch the trunk, and finally the trunk just goes, pops up. And then you look in there, his trunk, and I'm thinking to myself, what have I got myself into? And if you look inside, and he's got all this like Native American ceremony stuff in there. And one of the things he has is this big old like deer hide leather pouch, and it's got all feathers tied to it and stuff. And he goes in and he grabs this little tiny another probably deer hide leather pouch, like about this big. He grabs that, and it's got all like beads, and it's really neat. He grabbed that, it was empty, and he opened up the bigger pouch, and there was all tobacco in there, and he went like that, grabbed some, poured it into that pouch, And then he grabbed this like bunch of feathers and started, like singing, like, "Oh," something like that, and going around it. And the wife's laughing and carrying on and hiccuping, and he's doing all. And I was thinking, I just wanted to go in there and have a drink waiting for my brother. So he finally seals it, with another leather band, hands it to me. We go back and then he's fighting and struggling when he slams the trunk for it to latch. And finally it latches. And we go back and it doesn't say anything other than hands it to me and does the dance and the ceremony singing. And we go back inside and he said, "I am the tribal keeper of tobacco, of the sacred tobacco." And I go, I said, "That's really neat." And I really appreciate that, it really means a lot. So I'm sitting there and so he's smoking a cigarette, and we kind of went and, did his own thing while I was in there. And I was talking to the bartender. I believe he was a high school buddy of mine. And I went to get another cigarette. So I grabbed my tin to go to roll it. And he turns to me and he goes, "What about my tobacco that I gave you? Aren't you going to use that?" I go, "Oh yeah, this." I said, "I didn't know if that would be all right with you." He goes, "No, I would be insulted if you didn't use it." So I get my tobacco paper. I don't want to use one. It's just a little tiny square. And I open up the pouch and I go to reach in. Well, you can feel it's as dry as dirt. I mean, it's like sand. It's dry. And I'm thinking, oh no, what do I do? So I grab it and I put it in the pouch, like in the So you pull it out, and it's like that. So you hold it like that, and you put the tobacco in there like that. Well, and I've never done marijuana in my life, so I only have experience with tobacco. So you put it in like that, and then you roll it. I'll demonstrate with this very dry. So this is actually very close to it. With this very dry tobacco. And I'm sure I'm going to make a hell of a mess. The things I do for you guys. So then you kind of roll it around and you get it so it. And then let me see, where's the end? All right. Look at that bloody. I haven't bloody rolled a cigarette in a while, so this isn't going to be very. But you get a nice little cigarette, right? So I did that. Well, it was so loose. So then I brought it up, and I went like this, down like this, to light it, and all the tobacco fell out of the cigarette and fell on the floor because it was so dry. That's quite nice, even though it's dry. Anyhow, he's... Just in case somebody's wondering. He goes berserk. And he jumps up, and I go down, and he went, no, no, no. And he's like, because it was sacred tobacco. So he wouldn't let me touch it. And he's trying to, bless it or whatever as he's picking it up, and his wife's laughing and falling off the bar stool. And I'm in shock because, I mean, I didn't honestly do it to be mean. he he put it all off the ground and back into the little pouch as much as he could get. And he had the pouch, and I said, I suppose you want your tobacco back? And he said, yes. Yes, I want it back. Without sounding too naughty, in the presence of Chief Toma here, he took back my gift. I thought, you can't make this stuff up. But anyhow, imagine those guys in England smoking that. And then you always got the little bits of tobacco in your mouth. Well, this was an unexpected thing. Or my bloody bagpipes loose thing. This is really gonna go if they've gotten this far. So, guys, keep old Dottie in your thoughts. And I shouldn't say old because she's not old. My alarm for my shot went off. I ate Sundays. So, John and Judy, thanks. I appreciate you guys watching together. So, at that, I shall say cheers, everyone, in my Monty Python mug. And cheerio. Enjoy your week.
It's time.